Prayer and a moment of silence.
Father, as we enter this holiday season, we seek your blessing for peace in our hearts and home. Help us to cherish moments of joy and togetherness and to extend kindness to all. May all ovens be filled with turkey and pie, and keep a watchful eye on all journey of all. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. Your first item, number 25663, is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held November 6, 2025, noting the correction to the payroll dated October 31.
Motion approved with changes.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Are there any guests here concerning county business? I would just like to recognize with us today is our county grants coordinator, Jody Hinger, who is in the back of the room, and Jeff Weiss, who is our financial.
Okay, our next item is the report of executive sessions held.
There is one that was held on Monday the 17th, and it was to discuss personnel. 10 a.m.
Next item is the opening of bids, number 25664, CDBG Packard Township Public Facilities ADA Handicap Ramp. One bid, Stony Lonesome Excavating. The amount bid, $74,900.
And there is a cashier's check for 10%.
That's it for the bids.
Motion to table the bid until our next meeting for award or rejection, and that goes back to planning
Yes.
office.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Next item, number 25665, the proposed 2026 budget operating funds.
Motion to-
Second.
Okay, before we vote here, I'll give you some highlights on this, so everyone kind of knows what we're voting on here. I guess to say here as chairman that this has probably been, at least in my years of doing public service, one of the most challenging budgets we've ever been through. I'd like to thank Jeff for his guidance through this. The commissioners as a group, and along with our county administrator and every row office holder, we worked very diligently to keep bringing this total down and trying to get it in line. Should be noted, while all this was going on, everyone needs to realize we were experienced no budget in the state, no budget in the federal government, and no guidance as to where any of that money to offset some of these costs was coming through, and still working under those extenuating circumstances and deadlines. We managed to present a budget here today. It's not always exactly what we're looking for, but it is a balanced budget. I can tell you that we cut expenses considerably, cut a lot of stuff considerable, which I will touch on here real quick and let you know where you're at. It's not perfect by no means. I don't think anyone here is completely happy with where it's at, but there was a lot that was out of our control here due to budgets at a higher level affecting that, and outside areas that we really didn't have anything that we can control. But the budget that is proposed here in Carbon County has a 1.5 mil tax increase, which means your taxes will go to 16.7 mils. The rate for the debt purpose remains the same at 0.8 mils. That's approximately $150 for every $100,000 of assessment. The revenues and expenses are at $39,686 and $807, and that is balanced. Approximately, so what we kind of really faced here is there's about a $3.5 million increase from last year to this year. Should be noted that when we started this budget, I think we were somewhere close to the $7 million range. Biggest issue that hit Carbon County is $1.4 million in healthcare was the increase we were hit with. That is actually down because what our original number we were given was 17.5%. And then we worked on adjusting some things within the healthcare, moving some things around, and we were able to bring that down to about a 16.7%. So that's about 8% there, 0.8%, almost 1% that we were able to save with some changes we made as this budget was going on. It should be noted when we went back to the healthcare providers on all of that, if anyone's been following the federal government, healthcare hasn't even been addressed. That'll be addressed sometime in February. So they don't really know where to go, which kind of leaves us, we don't know where to go, so your rates are locked. Hopefully they get that fixed next year. If that gets addressed or at least fixed, the issue comes resolved, I'm sure we would see a savings next year there, which would be a very much welcome, not only to this county, but other counties. The other increase we saw was obviously if medical insurance went up for all of our employees, it also went up for the prison. Prison costs increased $555,000. So if you're doing math right now, you realize that 2 million of those 3 million has gone in healthcare. The wage increase due to contracts that we have signed with unions throughout and giving all of those out that's what we've agreed to, they come up to about $700,000. Once again, in the past, last year was the first time I think that we've borrowed money, or not borrowed money, but have taken money from the parking authority, our parking lot. Everyone always asks, where's the tourist money coming? Where's it going? Well, last year we took 1.2 million. This year we'll be taking $750,000. You're going to ask, our goal going in here was to take 1.2 million again and continue to do that. But obviously we've been borrowing from the parking to pay other bills. So we cannot take the amount we wish to take out of there because we've already borrowed from there to get through this year. Now you're going to say, well, that money's eventually going to come in from the state, which is true, but we do have to pay the bills now, and that has to balance it all out. The other thing I wanted to bring up is that the budget pension contributions are $1,445,000 compared to the budget contribution of $1,490,000. The rate of increase, which is one that we're looking at a 2.5% wages, and that is as per union contracts. The total salaries here in Carbon County for next year are $19.9 million. Now, people are going to say, well, wow, that's a big budget. So the county, the commissioners, and for the last 2 years, we've had a hiring freeze. We hired no full-time positions. We didn't even create any new positions. We stayed where we were at. So we took an active approach this year, and I do have a copy for the press if you wish it. But there will be the elimination of 6 full-time positions and 9 part-time. I want to make point on that. The 9 part-time positions that will be, 6 full-time positions that will be eliminated. Obviously, that's the savings in salaries plus the savings in benefits. The average benefits package in Carbon County for each employee ranges between $17,000 and $20,000 a year. So by eliminating them, basically what we did is we went to all the departments, any positions that were open that we had been funding and keeping, we worked with those departments. You'll see some of those motions today in the salary board where we're beginning to even start that. Those positions are starting to be eliminated and they will not be filled, obviously, because there's no money there to fund them. So the cuts were made there. And I do wish to thank the courts and row office and department heads that have worked with us on making those cuts, because not only did it save the county taxpayers' salaries, it saved them their benefits as well. The other thing that needs to be noted is that the open space. Open space, currently, the county has roughly $2 million, give or take, but I mean, I don't want to say give or take like it's nothing. But we do carry $1 million. As people know, we've been purchasing and open space has been going on. We have there's $1 million that the Carbon County gave open space to begin. That money ultimately has to be paid back. And we're carrying that $1 million right now within the budget. Now, I know there was a referendum, and we're fully aware of that, to go borrow up to $10 million for open space. And you're going to ask, well, why don't the county go get the referendum so that the taxes, well, either way, you're going to pay, there's an increase coming for open space. Either you're going to pay it for the bond or you're going to pay it for the tax. The problem we face right now is, if you remember a year and a half ago, 2 years, I think maybe 2 years ago, but I know a year and a half, we got the letter. Our rating dropped, which means for every dime we borrow, it costs us more. So what we're trying to do here is rectify our rating, get our rating back up on the upswing. If that happens, and then we're hoping that in the first quarter of this year, interest rates, maybe things drop, things change around, get a little bit better, then borrowing money or getting a bond makes a lot more sense. We're trying to get that bond at the lowest rate as we possibly can. The other thing that we need to know is, with that being said, outside organizations, there's a lot of organizations that the county gives through, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but they're great organizations. That total is $521,434. That remained the same. So all those organizations that we've always donated to or given to has remained the same. We transferred to matching funds, grants and grant programs, approximately 2.7 million. That is an increase of $200,000 from 2025 in matching grants. So you might say, well, that's more money, but also that means we got more grant money. So we are getting more grant money in, and I thank our grants coordinators for that as money's coming in, but you do have to match that, but it's offsetting the cost of what's there. With that being noted, so that everyone knows, 1 mil of taxes in Carbon County is approximately $1.65 million. And I don't think I have any more highlights unless I missed any, Jeff.
May I pull the board?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Arner,
Yes.
Mr. Notstein,
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
The next item is item number 25666, the capital projects funds.
Motion to present.
Second?
Mr. Arner,
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25667, special funds.
Motion to present.
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Department reports, number 25668, the budget transfers.
Motion to approve the transfers.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25669, supplemental appropriations.
Motion to approve the supplemental appropriations.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25670, expenditures, the payroll dated November 14th,
Motion
2025.
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25671,
Motion to ratify.
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25672,
Motion to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25673,
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25674,
Motion to approve.
Second.
Or ratify.
Oh, second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Item number 25675, the treasurer's reports.
Motion to approve as presented for dated 11/14/25 and 11/17/25.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Mr. Zelinka?
Thank you. Excuse me. A letter was received from Ma-Chunk Trust Company advising that the variable interest rate paid on the premium community accounts will change from 3.58% 3.64% to 3.37%, 3.42% annual percentage yield effective Wednesday, November 3rd, 2025. And this is due to the Fed cutting interest rates. Can I do that? Oh, it's okay. We will have an increase to our dog licenses for 2026, which will go on sale December 1st. Annual dog license will be 1080. For senior citizens and people with disabilities, they'll go to $8.80. For a lifetime license, it's $52.80, and for senior citizens and people with disabilities will go to $36.80. I have a printout here, a little more detail for the news media that I'll hand out after the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, we will recess the commissioners meeting at this time and go to the salary board. Are there any guests here concerning salary board business? Hearing none.
Report of executive session, Sal.
There was one November 17th, 2025 at 3 p.m. and obviously it was to discuss personnel.
Okay. Our first item is adult probation. Judge Nanovic.
I have a number of motions. First, in adult probation, move to abolish the position of one specialist one at $14.91 per hour, which is a grade 3, step A, effective as of November 24th, 2025.
Judge Nanovic.
Yes.
Mrs. Herman. Yes. Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Next, to change the rate of one administrative assistant from $17.27 per hour, a grade 5, step C, to $19.07 per hour, a grade 5, step G, effective as of November 24th, 2025.
Second.
Judge Nanovic.
Yes.
Mrs. Herman.
yes,
Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Next, to change the rate of one specialist two from $22.68 per hour, a grade 4, step P, to $24.42 per hour, a grade 4, it's off the chart, effective November 24th, 2025.
Second.
Judge Nanovic.
Yes.
Mrs. Herman.
yes,
Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Next, to change the rate of one administrative assistant, which is a treatment court administrative assistant, from $16.44 per hour, a grade 5, step A, to $17.27 per hour, a grade 5, step C, effective as of November 24th, 2025.
Second.
Judge Nanovic.
Yes.
Mrs. Herman.
yes,
Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Under domestic relations, a motion to abolish the position of one specialist one at $14.91 per hour, a grade 3, step A, effective as of November 24th, 2025.
Motion or second?
Judge Nanovic.
Yes.
Mrs. Herman.
yes,
Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
I move to change the rate of one domestic relations director from $31.42 per hour, a grade S, grade S12, step E, to $32.21 per hour, grade S12, step F, effective as of November 24th, 2025.
Second?
Judge Nanovic.
Yes.
Mrs. Herman.
yes,
Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
A motion to change the rate of one domestic relations assistant director from $25.20 per hour, a grade S9, step B, to $25.83 per hour, a grade S9, step C, effective as of November 24th, 2025.
Second?
Judge Nanovic.
Yes.
Mrs. Herman.
yes,
Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
A motion to change the rate of one intake caseworker from $28.21 per hour, grade 11, step K, to $28.91 per hour, grade 11, step L, effective November 24th, 2025.
Second?
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Motion to change the rate of one fiscal coordinator from $18.59 per hour, grade 6, step D, $19.53 per hour, grade 6, step F, effective November 24th, 2025.
second,
Judge,
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
A motion to change the rate of one administrative, excuse me, assistant from $16.44 per hour, grade 5, step A, to $17.27 per hour, grade 5, step C, effective November 24th, 2025.
second,
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Motion to change the rate of one specialist two from $16.05 per hour, a grade 4, step B, to $16.86 per hour, a grade 4, step D, effective November 24th, 2025.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Didn't want you to forget me.
Mr.
Wanted to
Sifranco?
throw him off. a little.
Yes.
And a motion to change the rate of one specialist two from $15.66 per hour, a grade 4, step A, to $16.45 per hour, a grade 4, step C, effective November 24th, 2025.
Second,
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
And then for domestic relations, with respect to the 4D incentive funds agreement, a motion for approval and execution of the agreement between the county and the Court of Common Pleas, authorizing the payment of $2,500 to each qualifying employee of domestic relations, as long as the department continues to meet the 5 federal performance measures as outlined in the cooperative agreement. This payment is based on the incentive bonus earned in 2024. DRO employees must work during the calendar year prior to the bonus payment, and those employees who resign or terminate are not eligible to receive the payment. The agreement will remain in effect unless terminated by either party with 30 days' notice. The cost to be reimbursed by the Domestic Relations 4D Fund, referring to incentive funds.
Second, approve and execute.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Those are my motions for this morning.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
The district attorney. Abolish the position of one temporary part-time legal intern at $23.14 per hour, grade 12, step A, effective November 17th, 2025.
motion to abolish,
Second.
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Recorder of Deeds. Abolish the position of one acting first deputy at $27.89 per hour, grade S5, step N, effective November 13th, 2025.
Motion abolish.
second,
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Abolish the position of one acting second deputy at $17.29 per hour, grade 4, step E, effective November 13th, 2025.
motion to abolish,
second,
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Buildings and Grounds. Change the rate of one operations as maintenance director from $35.57 per hour, grade S11, step L, to $38.30 per hour, grade S11, step O, effective November 17th, 2025.
Motion to change the rate.
second,
Mrs. Herman?
yes,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. We adjourn this, or you want to sit and recess? We will adjourn the salary board meeting and reconvene the commissioners.
So your next item, item number 25676, is the personnel report for county departments.
Motion approved,
Second.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Mr. Notstein,
yes,
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Number 25677, the acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion acknowledge.
second,
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Item number 2578, the Administration Building. Quote from Johnson Controls Fire Protection.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25679, Archives in agreement with Pentella Data.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25680, a service agreement with Reynolds Business Systems.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Boards and authorities, number 25681, the Animal Shelter reappointment.
Motion to reappoint.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25682, a reappointment to the Environmental Education.
Motion to reappoint.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
25683, reappointment Industrial Development Authority.
Motion to reappoint.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
25684, Parks and Recreation Commission reappointment.
Motion to reappoint.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25685, Children and Youth Agreements.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25686, Communications 911, a maintenance extension.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25687, the Coroner Forensic Pathologies Agreement.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Number 25688, the Correctional Facility, a County Assistance Agreement for ratify.
Motion ratify.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25689, the County Engineer, Keystone Consulting Addendum.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25690, the Courthouse HVAC Service Agreement.
Motion to approve. and
Second.
execute.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25691, Domestic Relations 4D Incentives Agreement.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25692, Emergency Management, the LEPC reappointment.
Motion to reappoint.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25693, Emergency Operations and Training Center appointment.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25694, opioid settlement funds.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein? Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Item number 25695, Register of Wills, Handle Storage Systems.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The Solicitor's Report.
Thank you. Item 25-696, a banner request from the Bach and Hundel Corral.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Under the county parking lot, item 25-697, special activities agreement with Lisa Napolitano, Running with the Angels Incorporated.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Mock Chunk Lake Park, item 25-698, special activities agreement with Marion Catholic High School Polar Plunge.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second the front.
I'm planning on running and jumping.
That was good.
Mr. Arndt.
Yes.
Mr. Nolan. Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
And lastly, the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, item 25-699, local workforce development board grant agreement with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arnott.
Yeah.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Nothing further from the solicitor's report.
Any further business? Commissioners reports, Mr. Arner.
I'm just gonna give a little bit of a comment about the budget. This is something that was necessary, we had to do. And I've always felt, what we've been doing here is not eliminating jobs, just the positions that weren't needed. And I always said a better job description gives better pay. So I'm hoping this is on the road that we can continue this throughout the county, that we can give better pay to people. I've always thought that. And one of the things that when I'm out in the public, everybody always says, oh, the budget, you got all your money, it's all over. Well, it's not. The way I think I explain it to everybody out in the public, when you're behind in a football game at the fourth quarter, it takes you 3 other quarters to get back in the game. And I feel that that's what's going to happen this year. We have to watch our budget throughout the year, what we're spending to recover, because I think this healthcare is going to continue next year again. Just because the things that are happening at the state and the federal level, I just don't see the healthcare coming back down. Hopefully it won't be an increase like it was, but like I said, we just have to watch our P's and Q's all year long. And that's all I have to say. And everybody have a nice Thanksgiving.
Mr. Notstein.
Yeah, I have to agree budget wise, and I fear for next year with inflation and the costs that keep going up dramatically. The services agreements we have, they all go up dramatically. And I'm really concerned about the future and with the House, I'm not sure of all the details or even the state or the federal level, where that funds, what funds we're gonna get, where they're gonna come from, how much is it gonna be? Mental health, one of our biggest expenditures or problems, was basically flatlined or even took a slight cut, I believe it was. Education seemed to do well, but the counties have not been faring out well at all in our budget negotiations. Looks good for them when they pass these budgets at the state, federal level. They didn't raise taxes. Well, we still have to provide the services. We still have to pay the bills. So who raises the taxes has to raise the taxes when they don't get the funding from the state and federal level. So a little perturbed, not a little perturbed. Maybe we won't go there. But you know how I feel about that. I want to thank everyone that came out for the Veterans Day Parade. It was a little breezy, a little cold. The flag bearers in particular had very difficult time in operating in that high wind and that, controlling it. There's some younger kids in there trying to hold flags, and I had to hold the kid up too. The wind was that bad. But it was a good turnout, I thought, considering the weather conditions. So I thank the public for that, and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your days off, long weekend.
Mr. Sifranco.
I'm just going, one comment I think that needs to be is when you saw the salary board where we began moving, as Commissioner Arner has said here and Commissioner Notstein, abolishing positions and spreading some of that pay. And if you do the math, you'll see how much of that percentage that went back to employees and the rest came back to the taxpayers, but it also saved on healthcare. That is huge. I do have a list here of what all we did with full-time employment that we got rid of, and I will provide that to the press. But the last time there was any serious look at this table as to abolishing of positions was somewhere around the year 2016. So that's a huge accomplishment for the three of us up here and for those row office holders and department heads that have worked with us to accomplish that task. Those who are going to be out there and ask why this and that, speak to your department heads and they can explain to you what they would like to do and come up with plans, because as Commissioner Notstein said here, these expenses, healthcare is not going to go away. Now, we all hope they figure it out, but I don't see it in the near future, but we never know. The other thing is, as you heard, is everybody thinks the county is gonna get the money back that we've lost, and there is truth to that. I'm not gonna sit here and say there isn't, but the interest, however large or small that may be, that we would have gained on the money that we had to lay out, would have possibly paid some salaries, would have paid some health care, would have paid some other bill along the way that now we didn't have that. So that's where some of this, a lot of this cost increase comes in to offset that. And nobody here, I'm telling you, we got into this budget, I can't say enough about Jeff. I think he's gotten a lot grayer back there, trying to figure out how to get us, first of all, to the end of the year, because there were a lot of counties that laid people off. There were a lot of counties that just closed up. There were a lot of counties that went out and borrowed money, not knowing if, and they'll borrow money. People say, why don't you borrow the money from Stacey Garrity and that? And I applaud her for offering that, and I applaud them for having no interest. But you do know that money has to be paid back by the end of this year. You don't, so if we'd have borrowed it, we had to have that money in hand to go back to the end of the year, and that we weren't sure we were gonna have. So the creative accounting we did along the way here, I give a lot to Jeff and the two gentlemen on either side of me and Ellie, because I mean, it was, every day was a different challenge to get us to where we are today. So I thank everybody on the county staff for a job well done. With that, the other report I have is, while she never wants to ever take any credit for anything, PEMIC, which is the insurance board of CCAP. Eloise Arner from Carbon County has been reappointed once again to that board. She never wants to tell you that, but I don't know how many.
Oh, God.
But I think when you look at the size of the counties and those that are out there to get a point, there's only six. I'm gonna tell you what, there's six people appointed to the board. 2 county commissioners, 1 warden, 1 solicitor, and 1 county administrator in the entire state. And Carbon County is very fortunate enough to have that appointment. That not only speaks volumes for people in Carbon County, but it speaks volumes for Eloise. She does an outstanding job, and the fact that it's recognized in this state, you may say it's just, no, it's recognized. If you think there's not other county administrators out there, there are. But this shows to all you, the taxpayers, that you are definitely getting represented by one of the finest people in the state of Pennsylvania. So congratulations.
This is over 20 years though.
Thanks, Wayne. You had to keep that.
Had to bring it
On
up.
another note,
What was
Commissioner
the date,
Nostine had a
Wayne?
birthday. The other one, and while it's not public yet, I did receive a letter. I've been told not to report it, but I will, because it came in my email, because she never wishes to take credit. But to the left of me is Jen Bogert. I talked about a grant that she had wrote while we were without a grant coordinator here, and it was to get some projects. It's funded through the state. It's going to help us to redesign, and when I say redesign, please don't think we're tearing the park out and redoing it. It's not that. It's just how to best make things work in Joshua White Park. And we have received notification as of this morning that the grant amount for the full amount she put in, which was $18,000, has been approved. So I'd like to congratulate her on a job well done. And I know her and Jody, everybody will be working together. She's trying to be quiet over there, but it is something that should be definitely recognized. So other than that, everyone have a very good Thanksgiving, and enjoy your many blessings. And we'll get this straightened out. We're working at it. We're getting it there. And that's all I really have. With that, that's the end of the commissioners meeting. We'll go to, do you want to do the salary board, or I'm not the salary board? Elections or retirement? Elections. Elections. All right, we voted. You're up.
Motion approved.
Yeah. Second, meeting adjourned, we're done. Don't even sit down yet.
So after this election, you can abolish my position. All right, so number 1 on the agenda is approving minutes from election board meeting held on October 16th, 2025.
Motion to approve. Number 3, motion to ratify the certification of the November 4th, 2025 municipal election. Motion to ratify.
Second,
Mr. Arner?
Yeah.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Any election board business?
Tomorrow, or you
Yeah,
can
how
still
many,
report.
how many do we actually have?
A lot.
Yeah, I stopped counting because it was like too confusing.
Well, here's a good thing that Bob and I have figured out is if that person isn't in the precinct where they need to be, they don't get voted and there's no second winners. So a second place is not a winner, it's a loser. So that position is vacant. So we're going through it now. I'm coming up with a list so that we can make sure that it goes very smoothly. But there are a lot of write-ins for one votes.
Yeah, and
There's
Amy
lots of
doesn't,
one votes.
there's
Amy, there's,
write-ins are like insane for
Crazy.
positions.
And the election results, the unofficial results are up on our website at this time with all the write-ins. But yeah, they're insane.
so what there is there's a numerous number of write-ins that are tied. And those have to be, we'll be taking care of them tomorrow at noon. And we'll be down there and they'll start
At
pulling.
44, we're gonna be at 44 Susquehanna Street and we're gonna be doing tiebreakers for all the people that have tied.
Are there some of them that are more cards in a deck than all have one vote? Because there was. one that-
No.
It's like there was a whole bunch
That was
that
kind
had
of like
one.
the school board where everybody had one vote.
Okay.
So we're good with that one. It's just your minor, not your minor things, but your minority inspector and your majority inspector, I'm sorry. And you're also your judge of elections. Those are the big ones that we have, and auditors.
And I just want to know, somebody wrote me in for Kevin's job and I want to know who it is. Right now. Come forward. Put that on the news tonight or in your paper. I want to know.
Is it that bad, Kevin?
And it wasn't me, Kevin.
That's probably Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin did it.
Please stop writing names in. Any further business?
The only thing I would like to say is, in reference to these write-ins, I mean, I took the time to actually go down because of the sheer number. And the process you have to go through because of the state system and how it's all set up is rather labor intense. So everyone thinks that when the vote comes in, you know, the election was on Tuesday, so sometime Wednesday around 7:15, we should have those totals. It's really not that simple. I mean, I see the IT guy down there shaking his head. So I mean, what I say to people is please be patient, but I also say if there's any like officer, you know, a person who's the president of the Carbon County or the chairman of the Carbon County Republican Party or Democrat Party or other party out there that would like to make contact with me, you can reach out and I will gladly arrange the time that we can get down and I can show you the process that Jen will show you the process. I'll be there of what goes on. So you can get that back to the candidates that are running in those respective parties. Because I mean, I know they call you and then we call Jen and then everybody's calling Jen and say, well, what's the total? And they truly don't know until they go through the whole, and every time you go in and interrupt it, there's a process. So I think the best way is if we get some people up here sometimes, maybe we can even do something online sometime and just let people see what all Jen has to do to get those write-ins in. Because it's, you know, you think I guess it's okay to write names in and you should be able to do that. But it creates an enormous amount of work for the thing, which is, I get, that's why they're there, but it does clog up the system.
Yeah, and it does. It's like I've even seen it where people wrote Mickey Mouse or things like that. When you get 100 people, even if somebody, that one that wrote me in, they should ask before they write you in, you know, and that's what people are doing, or they're just writing their own name in. And when you get 300 people, that's 300 more that they got to go through and check this and everything else. And it's like everybody wants the election results at 9 o'clock that night. And this is what clogs things up sometimes.
And the thing is, we have 20 days from that Friday when we have the meeting to start canvassing. So we have 20 days. And we have people calling the next day after an election on wanting the results and stuff. And it can't happen until we start canvassing. And like Mike said, because Mike was one of those people that were calling. So I felt like I had to provide knowledge to him to show him that it's not as easy as everybody thinks. We have 3 people, we had 3 computers, 2 computers went down. So we were pretty much working on one computer, then we got another computer in and started working with 2 computers, but it's still, And every time somebody calls, sometimes it can be 1 second that we can put a write-in in, which it's already in there, so we just hit the name on it, and this is just a little knowledge for everybody else. But then there's sometimes that it's 5 minutes. And then sometimes if I have to look and see if that person's even registered to vote where we are. And that's going into another state system. My computer's in a different office. Our system that we're doing to adjudicate is in a different office. So I'm walking over, doing that to make sure. So it makes up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So it's time that's taken up that we're not getting your results when you need them. Trust me, I would love to have the results the next day, but it's not possible.
There was one election, I was at the American Legion Lehighton when we had people show up from Tamaqua trying to vote. Lehighton. They were giving
The
poll
provisional.
workers hard time and provisionals from out of county.
And that's another thing. I had 3 provisionals that were from out of county that I had to go through, and literally I had to go into the computer, make sure that everything was okay. And then I had to deny them, of course, but it's just the point, like, it's a lot of extra time that is not necessary.
It's not
Uh,
fun.
No, it's not funny. It's
Another
not funny
thing,
at
how
all.
many offices were elected, local elected officials, boroughs, townships, et cetera, are there any offices that were vacant? I mean, they had write-ins to fill those, but there were several that had no one on the ballot, correct?
Correct. Correct.
That tells us nobody wants to run for office anymore.
Especially
Someone-
auditors. Auditors are the big ones, so,
Yeah.
yes,
So we have
Okay.
we're good. All right, adjourned.
adjourned.
Thank you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Sarah Bell, or
Yeah, she's not gonna be joining us via Zoom.
she is or she's?
She is, she's on
Yeah.
the computer.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning, Sarah.
Good morning. I don't know how it turns on the camera. So, all right, let's just begin. Do you have your books in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's
Ready
talk.
for you.
Huh?
Let's,
We're not ready for you yet. Just give us,
oh,
let's get
perfect. Let
started
me
here,
try and figure
Sarah.
out the camera then.
Sorry, Sarah, you missed the meeting. It's over.
Oh, no, I listened to the whole meeting, believe me.
The first thing is the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting held October 16th, 2025.
Motion approved.
Second,
Mr. Zelinka,
yes.
Mrs. Herman, yes. Mr. Arner,
Yes.
Mr. Notstein,
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Any guests concerning retirement board business? Hearing none. There were no executive sessions held. A motion to ratify warrant for October check numbers 41240 to 41249 and October direct deposit numbers 7034168 to 7034596.
Second,
Mr. Zelinka,
yes.
Mrs. Herman, yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Retirement activity for October. There were 4 retirement refunds, 3 superannuation retirements. The disbursements for October, monthly benefits was $533,057.86. Option 4 retirement was $90,928.63. Refunds, $38,845.73. For a total disbursement, $662,832.22. The portfolio value as of October 31st, 2025 was $99,304,843.28. No correspondence were received. Anything for the solicitor's report?
No report.
And today we have our investment manager with us, Sarah Wilson from Market Associates via Zoom.
Good morning, everybody. Let's go to the tab 2, and we're going to talk page 10, and we'll talk a little bit about what happened in the third quarter and where we see the economy going. So if you notice on page 10, there was a couple interesting things that happened. GDP increased at an annual rate of 2.5, but it's a small, modest slowdown. And I think we're going to start seeing that slow down a little bit. We did see an uptick in consumer and government spending, and then obviously we know government spending came to a halt. One of the things is we have seen the consumer start continuously spend, and now we're going to start seeing that contract a little bit. We also look at what happened, and that had a huge impact this quarter. We look at what's going on with the tariffs, and the economy has actually remained very resilient right now with the tariffs, but now we're starting to see the impact. I'm sure all of you are seeing the impact when you go grocery shopping and starting to buy goods. We've seen a tremendous amount of price increasing there. But what had happened in this quarter and what happened in the last 2 years is we've got this AI, this technology, this Magnificent Seven that is driving this market. And if you take them away, we're actually going to look at the market is actually not performing as well as we would expect, but we're still being driven. And you look at the bottom of page 10, and this is very interesting. Look at the contributions year over year to economic growth. And at one point, we knew that the government spending and contributions from the rest of the economy in the fourth quarter 2023, it's fairly even. We go to the end of the second quarter and look at what's driving this market is the tax. So when we take away the tax, we're going to start seeing the growth go down. Now we know that capital expenditure is going to slow down in 2026, but still is going to have a 17% increase compared to 2025. And we believe by the end of 2028 that is going to kind of come to in line with the rest of the economy. You turn to page 11, and we talk about the one big beautiful bill. So in 2026, we expect that that's where we're going to see the jump. We're going to see, the tax increases. We're going to see the boost from fiscal policy. And then what happens is look at 2028, you can start seeing that the spending cuts are backloaded. So we're going to start seeing the one big beautiful bill, but then it's going to kind of go into negative. So the best we're going to see from it is in 2026 and 2027. We talk about the Fed, and this is what's really starting to get interesting. So, beginning of the year, we thought there was going to be 5 cuts. Middle of the summer, we thought maybe 1 or 2. And then they cut in September and they cut in October. And then in October, the market said, okay, we've seen 2 cuts. We're expecting that possibly there may be a cut in December. But most of the economists held back and said, you know what? We don't think there's going to be a cut. Then what we start to do is we start to see the job reports. Target, UPS, and Amazon all sat there and started to do layoffs. They did 60,000 layoffs in the last couple of weeks. And you might stand back and say that's AI, but what we're starting to see is we're going to start looking at what we call a white collar recession. So with the market kind of getting a lot more, it's getting soft, we could expect to see in December another Fed cut, and then we would probably see one next year. Also, when the government shut down, what happened was we're not getting economic data, and some of that economic data we may never get. So the Fed may stand back and say, let's see what fourth quarter is happening there. If we turn the page to page 12, now this is where your portfolio did very well, is because you're diversified into the global, and we've seen global actually do very, very well. We can look at the economic growth forecast for global and look there. Since 2025 of April through October, we've seen a slight increase. We know that Germany put in a lot of stimulus, which when they say Germany puts in stimulus at the beginning of the year, remember they put 500 billion euro in there, that's really had an effect on there. The public sector has played a role as well, including China adopting a more stimulative fiscal stance. So China was kind of, we know they've always struggled since 2020. We know they've struggled with the second round of COVID. the one problem that we do see is we look at where their official budget deficit is, and you can see it has just grown at the bottom of page 12. We turn to global asset performance and we look, U.S. equities had a great quarter, 8.2 for the trailing 12 months. They've done 17.6. U.S. bonds actually at 2%, high yield at 2.5. Commodities were 3.6. And even though gold hit an all-time high and gas, actually energy and agriculture were both in the red. And I think it's very interesting that, when we look at the price per barrel, it's around 65 per barrel. We in Pennsylvania do not feel that. We're still paying the same amount we do in gas that we've probably paid when it's about 85 per barrel on there. We look at also what has happened with the economy. Global infrastructure and REITs were positive, and they trailed the broad equity markets. Infrastructure is really going to start moving ahead when we see all AI and having to build the data centers. If you turn the page to page 14, you can look at the consumer discretionary was up 8.7. We look at what's going on with consumer staples. Only 3: communications services, consumer discretionary, and information technology outperformed the broad market. So we have, even though we're very positive returns to the equity market, we don't have the entire economy supporting that. And then we go to look at what's happened with growth stocks yet again. Have outperformed. And then we talk about small cap, and we're going to talk about your small cap manager. Small cap managers have had a tremendously hard year. If you take the average of 25 small cap managers that we look at, they have performed negative 10% to their benchmark. It is just the environment with now that the Fed's coming down, we look at that. And remember, AI is not part of the small cap narrative for managers. And then we look at the unprofitable versus the profitable companies at the bottom of page 14. You look at that and you see that now it is really spread, and that makes it a little bit harder for large cap companies, because small cap companies really want to kind of start investing in unprofitable companies, meaning they've got more potential to grow. They're smaller there. So we're starting to see what's going to happen with the Fed cut on small cap. We go to page 15 and we really look again. Third quarter was led by the Magnificent Seven. And look what happened in the last couple of days. That market really went down, and it was driven by tech companies. That's why you want to be very well diversified. NVIDIA went up today, so the market's up 600 points. And we're going to see a lot of that going up and down. We look at capital expenditures with the Magnificent Seven are projected to be more than $600 billion this year, 32% higher than last year, and increase further in 2026. What we have seen also is that investors are build first, justify later. And you can say, what does that mean? Well, how do we get all the infrastructures to support this AI? It's like, go forward, but now you've got to go back and figure out how you're going to do the infrastructure for that. And really quickly, from 2023 January till mid-October of this year, what do you think the S&P 500 has been up? Anybody have a ballpark? 80%. Are we going to continue to be able to do that? That's an incredible percentage. So, I think we have to keep in mind that this tech and this Magnificent Seven is eventually going to kind of come to a little bit of halt. We were talking to your global manager, WCM, and they have no exposure to the AI right now. They just don't believe, and they're doing great returns. They just don't believe that we know what the narrative is going to be going further and supporting all the infrastructure for that. Energy stocks will probably take off. We'll see infrastructure take off as they continue to try and keep up with the trend. Does anybody have any questions on the market? All right, let's turn to Exhibit 3 and talk a little bit about how you did. At the end of September, you were at 97.7. You had a return of 5.4 and a gain of 5 million. Year to date, you're 12.8 with a net investment gain of 11.3. So with all that asset allocation changes you've made, you're now, you're meeting your actuarial assumption, which is really going to help with funding. Because when we look at your pension fund, the one thing you do have is you are taking out a tremendous amount of money every month. So it's very hard to catch up with that. You're kind of, your retirees are heavy. And then as you get more new employees, hopefully that will level out. Since inception, since we have been here, you've annualized return of 9.3% with a net investment gain of $101 million, but you've taken out $52 million for benefits. Positive attribution for the quarter was WCM and MFS, Defensive Equity Composite, and Infrastructure. And then we had a little bit of negative from manager DFA. We replaced the remaining position of Artisan in July. Artisan was at 5% of your portfolio. We took it down to 2.5%. We added global manager WCM, and that made you 5% in global. And WCIM was a really good choice. And what happened was in Artisan in July, the portfolio manager, we found out left. They were struggling with performance. So we fired them and we removed the remaining money into WCIM. And then WCIM, because we have so much, created a CIT. And we lowered the fee from 105 basis points to 70 basis points. And that will go in effect, actually has gone in effect in October 2025. Your annualized fee is 33 basis points all in. And looking ahead, obviously, we are going to meet in December and go through the actuarial RFPs and presentations. Does anybody have any questions? And I want to point out on page 23, quarter to date, you're 5.4 versus 5.3. And year to date, you're 12.8 versus 12.9. And that's exactly where we expect you to be in a very volatile up market. You're off your benchmark a little bit. We also know that GWK, as a small cap manager, has struggled, but all small cap managers are struggling. We're watching them. And there's really not a small cap manager out there right now that you can replace them with. So we're just kind of standing back looking at the environment. Are there any questions so far? All right, let's go to page 32, and we'll just review a little bit how your managers have done. So GWK had a hard year. They were at 2.9 versus 9.5. We are always watching them. I get a weekly update from them, from the portfolio manager. And the last 3 months, they've come back 6.8 versus 9%. And that's because the market is becoming a little bit easier for small cap managers with the Fed going down, and small cap companies tend to borrow a lot so that they can grow their business. Global, you can see on page 33, you can see MFS did 3.8 for the month, and year to date it did 14.9. They have consistently outperformed you an annualized 10.2 versus 8.2. And then WCIM, we put in for the 3 months 11.6, and since we've put them in March, they've done 22.9% versus 18. Your non-US equity composite DFA just had a tough run of it. We are not concerned at all. It's just the environment, and it's the way an emerging managers are very, very conservative and take a value tilt, which we want, because when we see emerging markets go down, we don't want to go down as much as the market. Defensive equity, you have to remember, half of defensive equity came from fixed income. So since they have returned 14.8%. If you turn the page, real estate has done well for you. Since inception, it has done annualized 4.5. That's what we want to do. And we're going to probably see real estate start to come back much more. They've taken off a lot of the corporate office buildings are off the books now. Going forward with low interest rates, we're going to really start to see that boom. Infrastructure is nice. It returned 6.2, And your IFM Global Infrastructure Manager, since you've put them in for the last 2.5 years, have done 8.5%. And then we look at US Fixed Income, CS McKee, your active manager has done very well. And this is why you diversified. Since inception, since January 2009, fixed income has averaged 2.7% a year. So it's such a hard market, and that's why we've lowered your percentage to 20% for fixed income. Baird Core has done very well. They work very well in tandem with CS McKee. And then we always have an index fund in there because you just want what the market's going to give you. But your two active managers have been doing well. Going forward, I think that next year is going to be a pretty tough market. We hope that we finish the fourth quarter up positive. Remember, last year, fourth quarter historically has been a positive quarter. And last year we did not have a positive quarter because after the election, we know that the whole momentum of the fourth quarter took place in November, and then December it kind of scaled back. If we finish the year where we are now, I think that would be great. And then next year, we're probably going to look at some choppy times ahead for us, because that Magnificent Seven is going to kind of take back. And then we have to see what's going on with the rest of the economy. We know that the consumer can't keep spending the way they are, and how much, the trillions of dollars they're in debt, credit card debt. And we also know that with that, we're going to look at what's going to happen with the job market and AI. AI, took 3% of Microsoft's employees. They cut it because AI can, replace it. So that's going to be continually happen there. But positive is that you've got a great asset allocation, and you've really done very well by doing that. So that is it for me. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. I wish everybody a happy holiday season, and I will see some of you at CCAP.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Anything for new business or old business?
Nope.
Any further business?
None.
Adjourned.
Okay. We have adjourned. All right. We'll start in the back. How's that? Oh, look at that.
Oh, she was shocked.
He was sleeping. Wake up. Yeah.
Well, I know, you mentioned a lot about with the budget. Are you still looking at getting a loan? I know you talked about that last meeting about looking at getting a loan before the budget passed.
What are we looking at? Yeah, are we getting a loan? Yes, there will be a TAN again this year, which is a tax anticipation note. We'll begin, I think, getting requests for proposals and all that, RFPs for that, and put that out probably. I'm looking at what, January? Am I safe to say that, Jeff?
Well, the RFP will probably go out in December, probably get it on, try to get it on. And then the loan will be in January, or whatever.
And what? And we're hoping that to be, well, that'll be the same amount as what we did last year. Our goal, once again, is obviously last year we only needed half of that, and we're going to give it our best to see if we can get to that same number this year, if not a little bit less. And then we're hoping and praying that the federal government and state government passes their budgets on time, and then things will get a lot better around here in Carbon County.
When will the money be flowing in? Has it already started flowing in?
Yeah, we've had, it's coming in. It's just not, I mean, yeah.
They've received notification that it will be coming early next year. So it's hard to see it for a couple.
And with the positions that are being gotten rid of, are they all vacant positions that haven't been?
Yes. Now I'm going to answer a little question on that. You may be saying you eliminated those positions were kept there because we no hire, because we didn't know if we had backfill them. They've been kept there for a number of years. The first question a taxpayer is going to ask is, well, if you could cut them, why didn't you cut more? And that's what we're working on, is eliminating positions and getting to that. So it's a process that takes some time to reallocate where the workload goes and reallocate the pay and all of the other thing. But the other part I want everyone to understand when it comes to cutting positions is you just heard from your pension, $611,000 a month gets paid out in pension funds. It's great to say cut the county workforce by 50%. Do you know what that does to your pension fund? Because nobody's paying in. So you're either going to keep some employees, and I'm not saying, but they invest in a pension. So usually you're looking at, I think it's, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, sometimes when you get into that 20% cut in this thing, it starts to affect where the pension fund's gonna say, hey, where's the cut line? And I don't know, but that's,
I don't know that number. Yeah, I mean, if you cut too much, you're gonna lose the pension, then you're gonna make some up. I wouldn't think it would be $1 in the long run, but it will be some.
so what we're always doing is, as much as I hate to say this, you're looking at, as you're cutting people going in, you're looking at people that are leaving the pension fund, and we all know what that means. So you got to balance all of that out. And it's not easy to just say cut it, because then the county might have to get some money, and it could be, we don't know that number, but you gotta, I mean, we would know that number, but the issue is, then you might have to put money into the pension fund to support the pension fund, because there's a $611,000 draw every month on that account.
I think we sold the nursing home in 2011 or thereabouts, and we're still paying a lot of those people that are on retirement from the nursing home as well, and will be for years yet. 'Cause they were all locked into the county pension system. Even though we sold it, we're still paying for them as well. And they're not contributing anymore, so.
Hmm. Oh. Good morning, Amy. That is what is being proposed. I can't give you that in official because we haven't obviously acted on that. And that's non-union.
Wasn't sure if it was. Oh, that's not.
It's not.
Yeah. They got.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, with regards to.
And in reference to that, if you remember, we always tried to stay around 3 before that. You can see we've even cut that back. To kind of get more in line.
And with regards to the domestic relations incentive, can you explain a little bit about what's going on here with the $2,500 incentive?
There's an agreement there to get signed, and it's usually a five, I think we have a 5-year agreement right now. Yes,
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
that kind of falls with the judge and courts, and I'm not throwing anybody, but maybe Jeff will give you.
If they meet certain benchmarks in a year, those benchmarks, sort of, it has to do with payouts and getting people on board and doing engaged punishments and all that. So if they meet all those incentives, they actually receive an payment. So what the judge has requested in this MOU, that incentive money that has been earned because of the way the office is working to be returned. So that was what commissioners and the judge have agreed to it. So it's additional incentive money.
And that's through their office. Like a lot of them, I know we're gonna get people in every other department saying that, well, why don't I get it? And then what they should do is go to the state and say, why don't you fund our other departments exactly like you did and give people incentives? You know, why did they just pick one department and then they go to another one? And that's what I said. If everybody always asks me all the time, why don't we get incentive? Because we don't get the money. Like Jeff said, that's an incentive that's given from the state. And it really, I mean, it doesn't cost us anything. I mean, it does in a certain way, but it's like if we get $3,000 in and we give $3,000 out, it really doesn't cost us anything. But now if we would give $3,000 to another employee in another department, then it costs the taxpayers. And like I said, I wish they would give more incentives to people. You know, they always say about retaining people, and we would like to give incentives to people. I mean, this is, I think, is a good thing to try to keep people, but this is the only department right now that's getting it. I mean, I think at one time, I think there was something with children and youth or whatever, they could do it, or there was an incentive program, but we have, what, 27 departments, and it's one department that gets an incentive program. That's not right. Because every one of our employees is important, I think.
First time that the judge has approached the.
Thank you.
I mean, it's kind of discretionary at the courts, how they wish to spend it. They may want to wish to speak to the judge, or I think it's Kelly Ham, to the county administrator over there. You may wish to speak with her as well. Or, who's it? Carla Ferguson, who's the director. One of those three could help you out as to how they came about that number.
And may I please get copies of the ones, the budget stuff that you talked about, as well as, did you have a release on Ellie being reappointed as well?
Yes, I have that somewhere here.
And,
Yeah.
and then may I also get a copy under the correspondence for the PUC permit application regarding the Blue, Reading Blue Mountain Tippets?
Okay.
That's it then, thank you.
Yes. Thank you all. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.